Hi there, I'm Julie Wales and I'm the Head of Curriculum for Hairdressing, Beauty and Complementary Therapies at Glasgow Clyde College. So the kind of things that I need to do every day for my job is that I manage a team of people who teach all of our courses, and within that team we also have reception staff and people who order all of the stock that we need in order to keep going. So the hair tint, the beauty products, the wax strips, all of the kits for the students and things like that. And my job involves organising everything to make sure that it runs smoothly. So the kind of skills that I need for that are, first of all, to be a people person. So I have to enjoy working with others, and I have to say that whenever I thought about what I wanted to do when I left school, I always thought I didn't want to be in an office, and I wanted to do a job where I could really get out and meet people, and I'm really lucky that that's my job. So within my role, I will make sure that all of our courses are timetabled properly. For that skill itself, I do need to know my maths quite well, and if I hadn't paid attention to my maths lessons in school, I don't think I would be able to add up how many hours the students are meant to be in college over the year, and I don't think I would be able to figure out what time classes could start at and when they should finish and when everybody's break should be. I also have to timetable all of the staff across the campuses. So there are 2 campuses that everybody works out of, and everybody has a designated number of hours they have to teach. So as you can imagine, that involves quite a lot of planning. So I do work quite a lot with spreadsheets, and those really help guide me through the weeks and the months of the academic year. I'm also quite a creative person, and I'm very interested in the way people learn. So another part of my job would be looking at how well the students have done over the year, and then listening to their feedback and deciding how we can make things better, and that's basically improving everything that we do. So I need to be quite good with my communication skills and to be able to write lots of reports about that, and again, I quite enjoy that. I enjoyed English in school, so that's quite useful. Before I got into the job that I do now, I used to work in a beauty salon, and I also had my own business. And all of these skills are very, very useful in what I do now, because often I will teach classes, and I teach those classes in business planning, and I also teach them in work placement. So that involves helping students getting their CVs ready for the world of work. So it's quite a varied job that I do. Something else I have to do is to figure out what we spend our money on, and that is budget management. Have to be very good at maths for that, because the budget that I manage is in excess of £1 million in a year, and that's split between staffing costs and the cost of running the actual practical side of things. So I also get involved in selecting the kits, product and equipment that the students will use every year, and the uniforms that we use, which are all part of health and safety. This year that's been a bigger challenge, because we've also had to really learn in a short space of time about things like the correct type of masks that the students should wear if they're on campus. We also had to work out, how much it was going to cost us to operate safely, and within that, go around all of the salons measuring to make sure that the students could work at a minimum of 2 metres apart, and figure out how many students we could let into the classrooms safely to work at distance. And all of those things require maths, and so I wasn't particularly fond of it in school, but I'm so glad that I learned what I did then, because all of my multiplication tables really, really helped me, and also all of my skills in addition and division, because very often I have to make some quite important decisions about budget, and that budget will mean, that I have to decide what we can spend money on and what we shouldn't spend money on, because I can't overspend. So again, my skills in addition are very, very important. The other thing that I love about it though is working with the students. There's a tremendous feeling of camaraderie between the students and the staff, and coming into work every day is very good fun. If I go into the classrooms to speak to the students to find out how they're learning, it's very, very rewarding to know what they've achieved. You know, so for example, 3 of our students have just got through to the UK final of the Concept Hair magazine competition, and I was in the day in college when they had spread about the whole of the 3rd floor of the college to practice their hairstyles and their makeup and their adornments, and they had produced some amazing pieces of work. So it's really lovely to know that on the national scene we are a really strong competitor. So that's very, very rewarding indeed. And I have to say as well, you know, to see the students go off out into the industry and to really make something of themselves is amazing. The career opportunities out of hairdressing, beauty and complementary therapies are huge. You know, so sometimes we will get postcards from students who have gone off on a cruise ship, and they'll maybe send something back at Christmas time the following year once they've finished their studies. Others go out and work in spas, they work in salons, they've won a whole number of awards, and it's just lovely when they get back in touch with us to tell us how they're doing. So it's a very rewarding job, and I would really recommend this job.